Hiya, and thank you so much for taking the time to actually watch my video. If you've seen my other videos, you'll know that I do marketing, sales, etc. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about, if you like, my plan of action for the year ahead. Um, I want to talk about, obviously, you've obviously clicked on this because you're looking at possibly earning money from recruiting and obviously getting leads, selling leads. And I'm going to tell you that it is a very good and if you like, lucrative thing to actually do. Before I talk about what I'm going to do this year, though, I'm just going to tell you about a mistake that I've made that I actually made last year, which really, if you like, mucked me up a little bit on the run up to Christmas. And that was obviously getting leads for people. You're obviously marketing, you're getting these leads and you're selling these leads. But if for some reason something happens, which happened to me on the run up to Christmas, you kind of have a bit of a falling out, or things don't perhaps go your way, you really, unless you've made obviously other provision, leave yourself in a bit of a predicament, if you like. Well, I'm going to talk about, if you like, how to avoid these pitfalls that, if you like, usually happen on the run up to Christmas. What I'm going to do this year, and which I did look at doing 3 or 4 years ago, and that is obviously still getting leads for businesses, for getting leads for obviously companies, different companies. But what I'm going to be doing now is, if you like, getting leads for multiple companies, right? The trouble is, if you get in with one company or even two companies, and then something goes, something for whatever reason, for some reason you fall off, you fall out of favour with a person, or the person just decides that they don't want your leads no more, or they're getting their own leads. Obviously, this is no good to you as a canvasser, right? Unless you're getting like a basic salary with commission on top, then obviously you're going to be in a situation that you don't really want to be in, and obviously you need to avoid this. So this video now is about what I'm doing now. I am setting up um, deals and relationships with other people, right, other companies, right, and you really need to set up and be in touch with, when I say 20 different companies, that's not an exaggeration, because you need to think bigger as opposed to smaller. Yeah, you need to think bigger as opposed to smaller. If you're getting leads for a person, all of a sudden that person turns around and says to you, "Oh, I don't need your leads no more," because they're getting busy off of other leads that have probably come off of your leads anyway, right? Then obviously you're in a situation that you don't want to be in. So the way to avoid this situation is actually to work for multiple companies, and that's what I'm going to do next year. I've got 2 or 3 firms now. Well, I've got one proper firm in Romford. I've got a couple of firms in Clacton where I can pass leads to. But what I'm looking at now is actually looking at other home improvements that people need doing, that obviously you can get leads for and you can pass on. Now, if you've seen my other videos, you'll know that I get leads for roofing companies, for double glazing companies, right? But you need to remember, it doesn't matter how you're doing your canvassing. It might be that you knock on people's door and you get leads for, say, double glazing. Well, in my eyes, if you knock on that door and they say they're not interested in double glazing, then you can't get a lead. But if you knock on the door and you say, I'm in the area, we're looking for people who are thinking about having any home improvements done, they might turn around and say that they want a new kitchen fitted, or they might want a new roof on their conservatory, or or do you know anyone that does wooden flooring? So what I'm doing in the new year is I'm going to focus on getting leads for multiple companies. Yes, I've got 2 or 3 companies already lined up who I'm going to be, if you like, rooting for the most. But if for some reason that company gets too busy, it might be that they get a couple of months ahead on orders, and they can't really or don't want to start taking on more work yet, and they start saying they can't handle your leads. You need to be out of diverse and go into someone else and concentrate on something else. But because this I believe is the way forward. And what I'm going to be doing in the new year is when I'm actually marketing to these for these companies, I'm going to be looking at another way of actually generating the leads, not just face to face. Yeah, I'm going to be putting things in motion where I've got people actually working for me and they're generating the leads. Yeah, I'm going to go into that in another video. What I'm going to do and how I'm going to do that. But all this video really is to obviously let you know, don't fall into the trap of if you like working for one person. Yeah, because if that person shoots you in the foot, then obviously you're left holding a bunch of leads with no one to give them to. Then you've got to start finding other people that want to work your leads. So the secret is to have multiple what I call MSI, multiple streams of income. Yeah. So there's a big company in America. I was watching a video the other day. I think they said it was called Service Magic, and all this company do is they generate. They've got landing pages on the internet. They obviously do banner advertising, flyers, whatever, and they're generating leads for all different home improvements. And all they're doing is they're selling that lead. They're doing it a different way. When I do it, I give a lead over and I take 10% of the sale. So if it sells, I get 10%. What this company do, they sell that lead. Say it's a lead for say like a flat roof. Person wants their flat roof. They've got a big 20-30 metre square flat roof and they want it re-felted and re-bitumen or whatever it is. Then what this company do, they'll capture that lead in a certain area. This company was out in America. It might be out in California, say. And when they get that lead, they give that lead to 3 other roofers in the California area or California, a certain geographic location. They don't give it to them. They sell that lead. They might sell it for like $40. But this is what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start getting in with companies. I've already started doing it. And I'm going to start, there's ways I know of generating more leads for more companies. Because, like I said I was chatting to my boy the other day, because he's going to start helping me do the marketing. He said to me, "Oh, Dad, but what if they only want to give you 7% or 8% or even only 5%?" And I said to him, "Mate, I said, it don't matter if you're getting only 5%. I said, if you're generating 20 or 30 leads a week for different companies. Because if you've got 10 companies, one's a plumber, one's a plasterer, one's a bricklayer, and you've got some vehicle that's going to generate leads for all these businesses, then it don't matter if you get 5%. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you only get 5%. Because you'll be getting loads of 5% of different jobs. And that's what this Service Magic do. They don't even charge a percentage. All they do is they actually sell the actual lead to 3 companies. It might be that person that's, wants a quote for a roof, and then they email that lead to 3 companies that are within 15 miles of that location. And then they sell the lead. They don't care whether that lead sells or not. That person can end up getting their brother-in-law to do it. It don't matter. They've got the lead. They've passed the lead. They've been paid for it. And the other good thing behind that concept is you're getting paid. You're getting paid up front for the lead, so you aren't dependent on actually these people paying you. Yeah, with how I do it, even though I do generally. This generally does work for me. I'm reliant on the person paying me after the job's done or after the job's sold. But the way this company in America do it, they sell that lead. that lead don't get emailed until that lead's received. And this is what I'm going to start doing. I'm looking at more of doing in the new year. Yeah, because this is the way forward. So this video really is to encourage you to actually look at marketing, because it's a great way of earning money, but it's also to try and encourage you to market to a bigger audience. Because if you're stood at a football stadium and you're selling peanuts, then the only people you're going to sell to is people that want peanuts. If you've got a kiosk and you sell everything, you sell nuts, raisins, nugget, ice cream, you've got many more people that are going to want what you sell. And this is the mistake I made last year. It was being, if you like, totally and, if you like, utterly committed to one or two companies. And obviously, sometimes these companies get busy and then they don't need your leads. Well, this is a mistake that you need to, this is something you need to prepare for and know that's going to happen to you. You know, don't say to yourself it might happen. It will happen. It's happened to me with probably every company, barring one, that I've ever worked for. These people who you get leads for, they always, all of a sudden things start happening and going right for them, and they don't value you or your leads as much. So that's when it's time to move on. Yeah. These people, you know, I always, if you like, laugh to myself and think these people are going to be the people that lose out the most, because, you know, they're getting a much more bigger piece of the pie than I ever was. If I passed a lead over, you know, I can remember years ago when I was working for a window company and I was getting £70 for a lead. They might go around and sell a £15,000 job. If these companies don't, you know, this video really is about encouraging you to do it, even if you want to do it part time. B, if you like, encouraging you to look at doing it for multiple companies. And C, if you like, warning you that you know, these people won't always treat you right, and be prepared for it. Because if you know all those three things, when one person falls out of favour, it doesn't matter, because you've already got another person coming through the pipe. Yeah, I'm going to talk about in another video. I'm going to talk about how I'm actually going to do it as well, because I'm not just going to do it through word of mouth. I do a lot of my marketing face to face, but the way I do it in the new year is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be nothing new, but it's going to be a different way of doing it. Please, if you did get anything out of watching my video, if you did like it, I really appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up. If you're into marketing or sales or lead generation or anything like that, then you might be interested in seeing some of my other videos. I appreciate it, and like I say, I really appreciate it if you check them out. And more importantly, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe. Thanks so much, and you know, whatever you decide to do, I do wish you every success. If you like me a canvasser, it's not always easy, but you can make it easier if you put the right, you know, if you do things the right way. There's a lot of people who are making money out of lead generation that don't perhaps do it how I do it. I work markets and do face to face. There's other ways of doing it, and this is what I'm going to be looking at more this is what I'm going to be looking at more of in the new year. It's a better way of doing it. Thanks a lot, and I hope you enjoyed watching my video.